mass demonstrations broke out in the streets of New York today. Masked men in keffiyehs were battling with the NYPD. The NYPD arrested a number of people out in these protests. The chaos comes after a judge today blocked the deportation of a Columbia University professor who was arrested this weekend. Pro-Hamas agitator Mahmoud Khalil was arrested Saturday for his role in organizing the protests at Columbia University. He wasn't arrested for organizing. His student visa was revoked because he organized the protests. Last spring at Columbia University, windows were broken, buildings were barricaded and vandalized. For months, groups chanted about destroying Israel and killing Jews. Jewish students were blocked from entering their own campus. Trump said the arrest of Khalil is just the beginning, posted on Truth Social. We know there are more students who have engaged in pro-terrorist, anti-Semitic, anti-American activity, and the Trump administration will not tolerate it. Many are not students. They are paid agitators. We will find, apprehend, and deport these terrorist sympathizers from our country, never to return again. With us now, Jill Stein, former Green Party presidential candidate, herself arrested several times for political activism. Good to see you. I know you disagree with this, so I'll give you an opportunity to say why.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I disagree with most of what you said, both the non-facts and the conclusions. What we have here is a free speech issue and an issue of the freedom of Americans on campus and
he's not an American
in our communities. Yes, but it is the freedom of Americans which is at stake. And at our peril, we let this this former student who led the negotiations between the protesters and the university, against whom there has been no crime even charged, who was illegally arrested, and he is not a student on a student visa. He is a green card permanent legal resident.
I understand that. In your green card,
and a judge rightfully stopped his illegal deportation today.
So
that is a good thing for Americans.
I get this. Let me. You made some statements. Let me just go back. According to the U.S. Department of State, no, we already made a number. U.S. Department of State, an applicant is ineligible if the applicant endorses or espouses terrorist activity or persuades others to endorse or support terrorist activity or a terrorist organization. The protest which he was
up to the Secretary of State. That is a legal question that needs to be decided according to law. This is not a proclamation made by the Secretary of State or the president, for that matter. We are a country of laws and a country of justice and a country that prioritizes
the State Department can revoke a visa unilaterally.
And our right to protest. That should not be subjugated to an Israel first policy that protects Israel from criticism against its war and puts that above our rights to free speech. And the American people are not buying it, and they are not going to buy it.
Is there an irony here that Donald Trump has somehow gotten Democrats, liberals, however you want to describe them, to climb on a hill and defend a guy who chants pro-terrorist slogans and advocates for pro-terrorist positions?
Well, let me say the word pro-terrorist, everything that advocates against genocide. And as a Jew myself, I grew up with the understanding that that's a responsibility of myself.
Okay, we're not going to get into whether Israel's committing genocide because they're not. But if you're wearing a keffiyeh and waving and waving a Hamas flag, this isn't advocating for peace. It's advocating for violence.
No, not so at all. What it's advocating is for
if you're wearing a Hamas flag, it's not advocating for violence?
Absolutely. That's not a Hamas flag.
There are Hamas flags out there today, and they're wearing keffiyehs.
Which has, and that is not an illegal matter as well, and that is not a province of Hamas. There are plenty of people who do not support Hamas who support self-determination and sovereignty for the Palestinians.
Let's just go to the absurd here. Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider, and don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.